He's just one of those guys who at every level of basketball can get buckets. In high school, he broke records as a scorer. In college, like you said, one of the best scorers in the entire nation. In summer league, one of the best scorers. In the NBA, it might take some time, but it won't shock me if this guy's going to become one of the better scorers. And by the way, who better to learn from than James Harden and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving?
There's a lot of these guys that appear to be, very talented players that were on good teams. Speaking of, Kev, we got another situation like that where who knows how much we will see him during the regular season, especially with the addition of Patty Mills, because Patty Mills is a heater himself, a kid that you saw who probably stole the night last night in Cam Thomas. We talked about him briefly on Tuesday. I had watched him play in his first game, and there was about a 5-minute span where he was scoring virtually every possession. He was advertised as a scorer. They put up that list, and it's like Michael Beasley, Kevin Durant, Markelle Fultz, this kid. Like, there's very few freshmen that have ever averaged 23 a game in college, and he did. And the scoring, who knows what will happen on the NBA level, but it has certainly translated to the summer league level already.
Yeah, his feel for the game, his ability to create and draw fouls, it's beyond his years. I mean, like he had a play. Like, obviously, he hit the game winner, that funky shot at the buzzer, but he had a play in the first half.
Who was that guy guarding him? I mean, that looked like it was Lifetime Fitness. With the white guy with the white headband, and I'm like, come on.
I believe that was Kispert.
Are you serious?
If I'm remembering correctly from last night,
goodness sakes.
Believe that was Corey Kispert guarding.
Corey, we gotta get rid of the headband. We're Lifetime Fitness out there.
Thomas had a play in the first half where he was closing out, blocked a jump shot, and in transition faked a pass for a lob dunk to make a wide open layup opportunity. And I thought it just captured his feel and what he could become as an overall player. I think he's made some really great passes through summer league. He's shown that he's like not just some selfish ball hog. Like the skeptics of him say that. He's not just that. He can pass if he needs to, but he's a score first player. And man, like he just seems like he's going to become one of those guys, whether he becomes an all-star or a great player or just a good like microwave scorer off your bench. We'll see how things pan out. But I have no doubt about this guy's ability that his scoring will translate. He's just one of those guys who at every level of basketball can get buckets. In high school, he broke records as a scorer. In college, like you said, one of the best scorers in the entire nation. In summer league, one of the best scorers. In the NBA, it might take some time, but it won't shock me if this guy's going to become one of the better scorers. And by the way, who better to learn from than James Harden and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving? And not only that, Patty Mills too, a good mentor to have in front of you. I mean, not only having those guys, but to play with those guys, you got to do the other things. You got to defend, you got to pass, and he's going to have to learn that pretty quickly. And I think he will.
If there was ever a place to get drafted that you can't be a ball hog, like if you're going to get your minutes, you're not the guy that's supposed to be shooting, my guy. You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Where are you on the pecking order there? And again, like we said, we may not see him get a ton of minutes this first year. And yet, and then it will be a guy that we kind of forget about throughout the year because he's not getting a lot of clock. Because if they're uninjured, there's just not a lot of minutes to go around. And yet he very well may be developing within their system. He's around those guys. He's learning from them. And we'll look back. And I think this is fair to say that it may be a couple years before we look back and we give them proper credit for finding Cam Thomas late in the draft, because he's not in a position to play immediately. And for a player like him, Kevin, I think I agree. I think that could be the absolute best thing ever for his development. What you don't want is a guy like him going and just being able to take whatever shot he wants and scoring, 20 points a game and having a good rookie year on a team that wins 22 games.
Yeah.
It's much better to be in the position that he's going to be in.
100%. And he's going to be in a position to have moments.
Yep.
Over the course of the regular season. Kyrie is inevitably going to miss up games.
Yes.
Right? Harden might have a hamstring issue at some point during the year. You're going to see Patty Mills slide into a starting role during that time, and you're going to see Cam Thomas slide into a sixth-man role. And those are going to be the moments where Nets fans are like, oh boy, we get a great young player on our roster. We're excited about the future. We actually have someone that's not about the present, it's about the future. And it's not going to take him long to have those moments. Like his feel, his shot creation ability, man. Like, do you think he's one of the even including some of the second year guys, doesn't he feel like one of the most seasoned scorers in Summer League right now?
Look, you remember that whole topic I brought up on Tuesday when I was watching that game. Mark Jones and Doris Burke were calling the game, and I said, and we started talking about development of young players. That conversation all started with a move that Cam Thomas made, and them talking about this is crazy.
His hesitation,
the fact that a kid comes in,
change of pace.
This guy played 1 year of college, and this is like what he's got in his tool bag, like just the individual skill stuff, and that's how they got off on that topic.